will do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations.
Going to throw it over the top of the deep. And the pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks in the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
The give to the tailback. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Handoff to the single running back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have...
He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Flying down the left side. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Longhorns! Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone. Your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
And he added the extra point. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Wide out in motion. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. While the Canes are known for big-time playmakers, tough physical running is part of it, too.
Yeah, you got to be able to have a team that not just is about sizzle, and we've seen so many Miami teams about sizzle, but some substance with some physicality, the run game.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
You know, as an offense, oftentimes you try the reverse play because you're trying to take advantage of a defense over pursuing and by a lot of defensive team speed. Didn't work right there. Great discipline by this defense.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Perkins. Good timing on the quick out. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Now, 4th down.
And the Hurricanes will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
Here comes the Texas offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's 1st down. The give to the back. Bulls his way forward. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Looking for space, it's Booker. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. He's got an open man. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. They'll go hurry up here. Looking for a man. It's Carter. Now he's going to break the pocket. Fires on the move. He's got it. Can anyone catch him? The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Iowa stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Iowa City. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome. and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And the old school toss play, huh? A little just toss to the right, get the running back on the run. A little bit more space, too, out wide where you can see, like, oh, where am I going to go? Where's the hole, as opposed to when you run right up the gut. So I like the mix-up. I like changing it up, tossing that fast guy and get him on the perimeter.
They knock him down right there.
No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Dropping back, it's Perkins. He'll take the deep shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The Canes will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Makes a move. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's looking to throw it. Buys a little time. They get to him as he throws. And that pass picked off. Bringing it back. He's inside the 40. The 20. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Miami.
The number one job in defending a quarterback is making him feel uncomfortable, physically hitting him. Nice job by the defense with the pressure, the hit on the quarterback, forces the INT, and then Oski. As soon as you catch that thing, everybody start blocking, get to the near sideline, take that thing back to the house.
The AT unit on the field. And it's up and good. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. About to kick it away again as we are tied up in the third quarter. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Looking for room. It's Booker. The Longhorns get it past the sticks. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Quarterback on the keeper. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. The give on the inside. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. The Longhorns will hustle to the line. Leaves it with the running back. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's
got a lot of running room. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. He'll keep it himself. Got enough space. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football, so the quarterback says, you know what, I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
A first down run in the red zone. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to throw, it's Carter. Makes the grab down the middle. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot. You can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Yeah, and on 3rd and goal, they're saying, hey, we're still going to try to power this football and run it. Obviously haven't had success. Now getting to 4th and goal. Now it's a situation, do I kick the field goal? Do I feel comfortable running the football? Or do I need to throw this thing?
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. First down for this offense. Leaves it with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. To the air, it's Carter. Getting some heat. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Not all DBs can make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
They'll go to the ground. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
Great team defense on that one. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Texas 17, Miami 14.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll run it from the gun. Just trying to power it ahead. They pick up 5. Ball spotted at the 12.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to them and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Smashes through the tackle. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it first and goal.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure. Turning to the running game on first and goal. Touchdown, Canes! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kansas is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Big J isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Middle Tennessee. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line. And the Longhorns want to crank the tempo. Looking downfield, it's Carter. Using the quick game. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And the Longhorns are on the move. Looking to go up top on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Fleming. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on second down. Got the quick pass. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Takes it the other way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Hurricane! As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
Yeah, how about that, man? Fourth down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get a spark, get some points on the board. And that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And just an outstanding return. Takes it back to the 7-yard line.
It doesn't get any better for the defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job. Get the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
And the Canes have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Miami! And they take it in for 6 more points. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players made big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get louder.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Looking downfield, it's Carter. Dances away from the heat. He'll take another shot here. And it's caught inside the 30. Tackled, but he has a first down. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to throw it again. Got it in the middle. It's Babers. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Spits it out to the back. Quickly complete. Touchdown Longhorns! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 21.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Miami.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
Let's get weird. This is exactly what they needed. They needed something to happen. Down 2 possessions, 4th quarter, got to make it happen. Onside kick team comes through.
So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He wants a big play here late. And he makes the catch inside the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Texas!
And that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And the extra point is good. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
And the Canes will move the sticks. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. I know they were expected to win this game, and they're just about to finish it off, but there is something to be said for handling this type of pressure.
Handling it and squashing it. I mean, what an unbelievable job proving that you're one of the best teams in the country. Like, leave no doubt. That's a good football team on the other side of the field, Palmer, that they just took apart.
Yeah, they've been able to fight complacency all season long. It seems like it never matters who's lined up across from them. They're bringing their A-plus game to the yard, and they did that here today. Statement delivered.
The Hurricanes just want to hold on to this ball for the final minute. They go to the ground. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
So that's